Soundstripe. Soundstripe.
Well, good evening, and welcome to My Spouse is My Best Friend. I'm your co-host, Nicole.
And I'm Dr. Jason Green.
And we are continuing the summer of us for 2025. We have been enjoying some rest and relaxation, and we wanted to continue to talk to you guys about it. So hopefully you have been out enjoying the sun, ducking from a lot of this rain that we're having.
Crazy.
But getting to spend time with your spouse and your family. So it's interesting. So today I want to talk about, again, rest, the Sabbath and the design that God planned for it. So it's interesting enough. So I read a Facebook article recently about a young lady, I believe she was in her 40s, and she worked nonstop. So she worked 7 days a week. And I believe that her last Facebook post is she said that she was going to get her rest. And believe it or not, she didn't wake up from that nap. Her body was tired. And so a lot of times if we are tired, if we're tired, but we're still going, sometimes our body would put us down. And unfortunately for that young lady, that was her last nap because she just worked so much.
Yeah. I mean, many couples, we get so busy and work with our kids, we get burnt out, we're always on the go. We kind of forget about each other and all that because we're so much doing life, right? We're not taking the time to rest and reset. And it's no other to rest and reset with your one, right?
Right.
Your best friend. So
Right.
you have to remember that, God rested on Sunday. We should too. We really need to make sure that we're being intentional in that area.
Right. And so, as we all know, in Genesis, God talked about rest after creation. In Exodus, he talks about the commandment of rest. So throughout the Bible, it talks about God resting. And not only was God resting, but Jesus was resting. He spent time away from his disciples. There was 12 of them. I mean, he needed some mental time, Have you ever got together with your 12 best friends? Sometimes you need a pause and a break from them.
Real. So in God's design, we all know, it's designed to restore, and we need that in our marriage.
Yep.
And it will help us to reconnect. So let's take the time to reconnect this season.
I agree.
Especially in the summertime while the sun is out. There's things going on.
Mm-hmm. And remember that just because you're relaxing and you're resting and spending time with your family doesn't mean you're being lazy. Mm-hmm. Not so ever. And so again, our bodies, we only can push it so much. And our relationships, our marriage, we can push it for so much without spending time together. So as God said, it's not good for man to be alone. So that means you need to spend time with the one that you love, right?
Absolutely. So we don't forget each other.
Yeah. What's your name again? Bob.
But busyness it can really divide couples. I mean, emotionally, spiritually, physically.
Yeah.
It divides it. You start to drift away from each other without even knowing it sometimes. Mm-hmm. The next thing you know, you're waking up and like, who is this person?
Right.
Who is this face I'm waking up to?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're different people. Because you forgot about each other in the hustle and bustle.
Right.
So we encourage you to take the time and be intentional with each other in your time of rest. Plan things, like we talked about, I think the last session we talked about staycations and vacations. Maybe go rent a cabin in Broken Bow or something, do a tech-free weekend and really hone in on each other and just enjoy each other. I think, we used to, before COVID and a little bit after COVID, we used to make it a yearly thing, an annual thing, at least 1 or 2 times a year to go up to Broken Bow to a cabin, which is me, her, and nature. Mm-hmm. And just to reset and, really enjoy each other. And the phones at that time, I don't know if y'all know Broken Bow, it's kind of blowing up now. But when we started going, there was no cell reception there.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you had no choice. So it was just me and her, and we'd sit out on the porches and talk and drink our coffee,
Yeah.
go fishing, go canoeing, and doing all sorts of stuff that we normally wouldn't do around here, to reconnect and build those memories, as we talked about last session. So it's very important to reconnect, um, reflect on your relationship, right, and just renew. Um, like I said, God works for 6 days, and on the seventh He just rested, and I think we need to do that in our marriage as well.
Yeah. And even during the week, you all hear us talk about our wind down Wednesday, so spending a couple of hours together. But we really truly try to just relax on one day. We try to take the Sabbath. We both work in the church, so not a lot of times we can't do that on Sundays unless we, depart from the church.
Mhm.
And so we typically spend a Saturday. We Saturday as our downtime of
Yeah.
just doing things that we like to do, nothing stressful, just spending time together, spending time as a family. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be, on a Sunday or what day, but choose a day that works for you and your family and your spouse, just to say this is our day. This is our day together.
Yeah. There's a quote that says, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Um, and the Sabbath is how you refill that cup, right? If you don't have nothing else to give at the end of your day, and it's empty and you continue to be empty and you don't refill it, you have nothing to give to your spouse. And that's how you start drifting away, and that's how you start forgetting each other. And I really can't lean into you, and I really can't give the love and attention that I could give to you if I'm not resting.
Right.
And so fill your cup up, with your spouse.
Yeah, and a lot of people say, I don't have time. I don't have time to do this. I'm busy. I don't have time. But you don't have faith.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
faith that God is going to provide for you while you're on your downtime. So it's not like you don't have time. You do have time. You have to make the time. Again, that's what God said in His Word. And so He will make that time, and He will handle anything that comes up from that time, just so you can have your rest.
Yeah. Remember to pray together during those
Yep.
times. We make it a point in everything that we do, even on our walks, on our wind down Wednesdays, where I was talking about, on our staycations, everything we do, we pray together.
Yeah.
Of course, we pray individual, but we make it a point to pray together during those times, so that we can make sure that we are on the right track. We don't talk about that triangle, not the foundation, and the only way the one thing that you have together is God.
Yeah.
So make sure you're doing that as well, praying together in those times, and really reconnecting in those ways.
Yep. So remember, God's design for rest is good. The Sabbath is a gift, not a burden, and your marriage needs to rest to thrive.
Yep, awesome. So today's lesson: reconnect with your wife. Take some time.
Yep. So choose one way to rest and reconnect this week, and we would love to hear all about it. So don't forget to shoot us a comment or a message to let us know how you are taking us up on our challenge.
Yep. And don't forget to hit like or just subscribe. We're on our way, y'all. So please keep on supporting us.
Yes.
We
Thank
love
you.
y'all. Thank you. And we will see y'all next week.
Next week. Bye, everyone.